beauties, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer of Custom Chic, and if this is your first time here, definitely welcome. I drop videos on fashion, travel, and just lifestyle related content, and I drop them every Wednesday and every Friday. So make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you hit the bell notification so you know each time I drop a video, or I reply to one of your comments if you leave something in the comment section. Today is Fast Fashion Friday, and we are talking about fragrances. That's 4 F's. This is my favorite episode of the week, the Friday episode. So I'm gonna be sharing with you guys some of my summer favorites, and then I'm gonna give you guys some tidbits on how to pick the best fragrance that works well for you, how to pick one that is gonna have that lasting sillage, is what we call it, on your skin. So let's get into the intro. Oh, if you don't already, make sure you follow me on Instagram, customs_chic. All of that info will also be in the description box. So let's get into the intro and then we can do this thing. Okay, fragrance intro. There are 3 things that is true about every single perfume, eau de toilette, eau de parfum, every cologne. They are 3 tiered. There is a heart/top note, which is your initial scent. That's what you're usually going to smell after you spray it. Lasts about 30 minutes. So before you actually commit to a perfume, make sure you spray it on, take a walk, take a drive, give it some natural air, you know, some natural elements so you can see if you really like the smell. After that, you are going to have the heart note. I've been practicing this because I wanted to show y'all, and I think, yep, it's cute. That's a great heart. Anyway, the heart note is just another dimension to the actual scent that you'll find, like I said, in every single cologne, every single perfume, every single eau de toilette, and eau de parfum. The last, but certainly not least, is the base note. That is going to be the lasting scent that you have. Now, you know how you've heard that some colognes or some perfumes smell differently on different people? Absolutely, because our body chemistries are different, right? So the base note is typically the foundation of every single scent. So that is going to change depending on who is wearing the fragrance, right? Because our body chemistries are different, our diets are different, our exposures are very different. So there's a lot of things at play. So if you like your homegirl or your homeboy's cologne and or perfume, just take a little bit, borrow from them. It's not really borrow because you can't get it back once you spritz it, but make sure that you try it out or you commit. There's plenty of websites, and I'll put some in the description box that will sell you like sample sizes so that you can figure out what you like or what you don't like before you completely commit. Okay guys, so first fragrance I want to talk about is the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, but this is the Lemon Zest version. I was gifted this. No, that's not true. I purchased this a couple of years ago, and as you can tell, it is almost down to the end. I've been using it. I love this. The top note on this one is a Granny Smith apple. The heart note on this is the rose and jasmine, and then the base note, which is the longest lasting, and that would be the one that has the most impact and scent on my skin, is an amber and musk. When you open this, you definitely can smell the amber and musk, and it's not too musty. I think that Italians, even though they call it Italian Zest, it's not any one of the flavors that's mentioned in the note, so that's very interesting. It does smell very good. When you do spray perfumes or cologne, remember you should put them on your pulses, I think that's what it's called. No, this is, you can definitely feel your pulse here, but on your power points, because that is the area that will emanate the most heat. So as you're walking about, moving along during the day, this is the area that is going to release the most heat, and it's going to have that lasting, you know, scent go into the air as you're walking. Remember, when you spray, just don't dab, don't smudge, don't rub, just spray. Forget it, let it do its thing. The next perfume up is the Gucci Gardenia. This is the box that this is the bottle that it comes in. It's very pretty. It's got like this pink color going on to it. The notes that are in this perfume, the head/top note is not gardenia. It's pear and raspberries. The middle note is gardenia, and then the base note is patchouli. So when I open this up, even though patchouli is kind of like a woodsy scent, so that is going to be what's going to leave the most sillage, and I'll talk about that in just a second. When I open this up and I spray it, the first thing I smell is the stronger notes of definitely pear and definitely red berries, which is interesting. It's true because remember, the top note is what you are going to smell first upon spray or upon impact, but it's going to change after 30 minutes. And then what's going to leave the lasting scent is going to be that last base note, which should be patchouli. So I don't know if that's really going to work because I'm spraying a lot of perfumes today, but essentially when I wear this, or after I've worn this for about 30 minutes or so, this should be more of a woodsy smell, which makes sense. The other perfume that we had, the Dolce & Gabbana, was also a musk base, so that is why I'm probably attracted to them. Creature of habit over here. But very florally, this to me smells more floral than it does woodsy, but again, I just sprayed it, so that is very accurate. Sillage. So sillage, think of sillage kind of like spillage. Sillage is kind of that trailing scent that you leave behind, that your body kind of gives off after it emanates heat from your perfume. So spillage, you drop something, it's going to be there until you mop it up. Sillage for perfumes is essentially the same thing. It is what you are going to leave behind as you like walk away and sachet and chante. Sillage. That's a new word for Friday. Sillage. Number 3 is going to be this super cool bottle. First of all, this is what attracted me to the fragrance, and it does smell nice too, so that helps. But this is Fresh by Moschino, and it is an eau de toilette. The notes in this one are, the top / head note is mandarin / lang lang. The heart note is a white peony, and then the base note is a patchouli. Surprise! Okay, it's me again. I love the woodsy smell, kind of florally at the end, but this one has more florals than it does, fruity smells and wood than it has florals and wood. Like I said, this is an eau de toilette. I know that because it says it. And besides that, why that is important is because the sillage levels are different for eau de toilette and eau de parfum. When you have an eau de toilette, the alcohol levels are higher than the essential oil levels, which would be true for an eau de parfum. So if you want, not all brands, but some brands do sell their fragrances in both an eau de toilette and eau de parfum. If you want longer sillage, which just means you want your perfume to last longer, who doesn't, you will purchase the eau de parfum, spend a couple more bucks, smell a little nicer for longer. Trade-off works. If you just want the scent or you just want the bottle, you can go for the eau de toilette. So let's spray this and I can tell you guys my first thoughts, or my first thoughts on camera, because I've had this. This is my second bottle. I've gone through this. Actually, no, this is my third bottle. I've been wearing this perfume for like 3 years, but I try to like let it last throughout the year. So my bestie gifted this to me for my birthday. So here we are. Okay, spraying. And I wasn't supposed to do that. I told you guys not to do that. I wasn't supposed to do that. I was just supposed to spray it and forget it. Anyway, upon the first scent, I do smell the white peony, surprisingly the strongest, but it's okay because it's in there, right? But that is going to change after 30 minutes, so don't be discouraged if you were looking for the patchouli smell. Let's move on. I done sprayed this thing, I mean rubbed, like I'm not even taking my own advice. That's right, you know what time it is. It is time for shoe of the shoot. So I picked up these shoes, or I ordered these shoes a couple of months ago. It was still during the quarantine time, but it took a really long time for them to get here. I ordered these from the company Peblar, but you can find them on Instagram under Pink Elephant, PNK. You drop the I, there's no I in there, pink. You should be able to find them, and they've been advertising like crazy. So this is the oversized bow striped mule. I believe these also come in black satin and then a pink or sort of like a fuchsia satin. I originally fell in love with these because I thought they were super fun and I love the bow detailing. My notes are kind of like my qualms about this shoe is that while I do like the oversized bow option, it's so oversized that it's kind of like Dumbo. They're kind of like Dumbo ears, right? So they go underneath the shoe to look very polished. I don't necessarily love that because I think it's going to obviously mess up as I'm walking. And then the construction or the proportion from the base of the shoe to the heel, I don't love. It reminds me a little bit like of an old lady shoe. It's not really like my arch. It's not my favorite arch type. It is arch and these are 4 inches, but I don't know, something about them is a little off. So leave me something in the comments. Let me know whether they are a yay or a nay for you. Right now I'm at a meh, so we'll see. Fragrance number 4 is one of my favorites. This was a little special gift, so I always get a little when I talk about this one, but I love this brand. This is a Bond number 9 and this is the Madden Avenue scent. So the top note on this one is going to be apple and raspberry. The middle note on this one is going to be a rose magnolia. And then the base note is a patchouli slash ambroxan. Ambroxan. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ambroxan. I don't know what ambroxan is, but I'm sure it's woodsy because 4 out of 5 so far have been some kind of woodsy scent, right? Okay, so let's spray this. Actually, I'm gonna spray this here again so I don't smell the same in all my pressure points. Okay, so definitely first thing I smell is the apple, which obviously that's supposed to happen. It's the first impactful smell once I spray the perfume. That's going to change in about 30 minutes or so. And because I've worn this perfume before, I know that the lasting scent is going to be closer to the rose magnolia slash ambrosian patchouli scent. Now, this is an eau de parfum. Bond number 9. Most of them are on, not most of them, child, all of them. All of them are pricey. But that is because the essential oils in the fragrance, that's what they use. It's an eau de parfum, so they use essential oils as opposed to alcohol. Now there is alcohol levels in here, but the higher frequency or the higher molecular weight in this fragrance is going to be the essential oils in the rose magnolia, the patchouli, and then the apple and blackberry. So I definitely recommend this. Bond number 9 has 1,000,001 scents, so go forth and flourish, just, you know. And remember, it's going to change after about 30 minutes or so, and it's going to start working with my body chemistry. So for anyone who is kind of sensitive, you can even spray this probably on your clothing and it will still last just as long. Don't spray it too close because you don't want any spray marks, but it will last just as long because it's an eau de parfum. Okay guys, so grand finale for the perfumes, and then we'll talk about the dupe very, very quickly because remember, this is Flash Fashion Friday, so I don't want to keep you. Anyway, if you have a medical condition or a personal preference and you do not want to spray anything on your person, have no fear. Jo Malone is here. This is the typical Jo Malone packaging. If you know me, you know I love Jo Malone perfume, diffusers, candles, and add hair mist to the list. Now, this is the Wild Bluebell hair mist. It is the 1 ounce, and the notes on this one, excuse me, are Bluebell for the top note, Lily of the Valley for the heart note, and then musk is the base note. This is probably going to be closer to an eau de toilette, so that means that the alcohol levels are going to be higher, which makes sense to me because it is a hair mist. Now, I typically use this when I have extensions in my hair. Oh, okay, come through ponytail. So let's spray this and see what I essentially smell when I first spray it. And I'll just probably rub this because you can't, like regular black hair, I can't wash my braids every day. So this may just give it a little, just a little zhuzh. This is not to wash them. I do wash my hair when I have braids in, but this is just to give it a little bit extra smell. So, strongest thing that I smell here is definitely blueberry or bluebell. And cloves. I wonder if cloves are... Yeah, it smells like cloves, and I only know that because my parents have been obsessed with cloves lately. So anyway, it reminds me of that. Again, if you do not want anything on your person, that's just the way you rock, you don't want to spray anything on you, hair mists are definitely your go-to. Okay, so let's get into the dupe really quickly, and then I'll let y'all go. Actually, I could just move closer. Yes. That's what I'll do. Okay guys, so I tried to move closer, but it was a little too close. So, and I have featured these earrings before, but I'm gonna do it again very quickly. So these are my Lili Sadohi water lily earrings. These are kind of like a resin acrylic, and they are multicolored. The Lily Sadohi ones come in several different colors, and so do the dupes that I found. I found the dupes on Amazon, and I will put them up. So the only difference that I can see is that this, my Lily Sadohi earrings, it's one earring, and it looks like the dupes have like, they've been separated. If you guys can see it now that I'm kind of like, I have the two up against each other, but this is like one entire water lily, and the dupes look like it's been kind of separated. So not a big deal. For $15.99, who cares? These were a little bit on the pricier point. I may even buy some of those dupes because the colors look really good. They are, I don't know if they are as large as mine, but I will go ahead and order a pair, and then maybe I'll post on Instagram like the difference. So if you don't already, make sure you follow me on Instagram, customs_chic. And if you stuck around this long, first of all, thank you, right? This was great. Told you this was the content you needed in your life. But make sure you like, please subscribe, make sure you share, hit the bell notification so you know each time I drop a video, which is every Wednesday and every Friday. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday. You know, all of that good stuff. Stay safe. Be well. Be merry. Be nice to your neighbors. You know, all of that stuff. Just Godspeed. Bye-bye.